Hello, YouTube. Now I know you're probably gonna say I'm not good at keeping my word, and I promise you I usually am. It's just that I don't know, like I told you with posting consistently, that has been a challenge for me, and it is because I don't get back necessarily the kind of rewards that if I was getting a sort kind of reward out of social media. I feel like I would have been prompted to post more. But let's pick up right where we left off. When I made that video, I was in Georgia in the United States. I was on vacation and my trip was supposed to be 2 weeks long, and that ended up being 3 weeks. My family members asked me if I wanted to stay next week, and I was like, yes, because I was having a lot of fun. So they extended my ticket. And when I left Georgia, I flew with Delta and I upgraded it to first class. And let me just say something. You have to set the standard that you want for your life. Some people or many people, they're okay, many persons, they are okay with the norm, the basic things, and that is okay. But then there's some of us who are interested in having a more elevated kind of experience, and it's within our means to do so, and that is also okay. So I booked my ticket to go back. I did first class, and it was a beautiful experience. They call it Sky Priority. Now I left Georgia on a Saturday, and the flight kept delaying. The flight delayed like 2 or 3 times, which was so ridiculous. Anyways, it pushed back a lot of things. I couldn't do exactly what I wanted to do when I land back by my sister, but I what am I saying? I had a nice time. The check-in process was smooth and nice because, like I tell you, I went to the Sky Priority lines. The immigration line didn't have any people really. I went in and I went to Wendy's, got a nice snack, and I sat down for hours. I could listen to music for hours with when I plug in my headset. I listened to music. The time just passed. I was talking to different people, and then closer to the flight, I walked to the gate. Usually, I know people say walk to the gate first, and then I didn't do. I did my own thing. Close to the time, I used the washroom. As I was walking to the gate, I saw Starbucks. Now I love Starbucks and I love the matcha drink. I call it the body matcha. Compliments of Joom on TikTok. He kind of started it. So body matcha, body matcha. I loved it. So they had this strawberry frappuccino, kind of strata matcha, and it's amazing. So I'm like, I want addictive. Every time I see a Starbucks, I want to stop and buy. Anyways, so I saw one in the airport, but they were small Starbucks in the Atlanta airport, but they weren't taking cash. So you had to use your card. So I was hoping my card worked. If you all know, then is when I discovered how you actually swipe my card for it to work with the magnetic strip at the back. Then is when, so when I noticed that, then is in the remainder of my vacation, I started using the card in that, because at first I didn't really know how to use it. I remember when I was in Jamaica, I was swiping the card in one particular when it wasn't working. But now that I think back, I know why it wasn't working, because I was swiping it incorrectly. And the girl that was there, she didn't even realize, I guess because she'd never seen the kind of card I have, the Visa card for Republic Bank, that was the orange card, because I changed it anyways. Did that. Anyways, I bought my nice body matcha, and the first class flight back was amazing. The seat was big and nice. It was, here what it was. It was comfortable, which is why I like to choose that avenue. No, I ain't no slim, minuscule person. So I need my space and I need my comfort, despite however long or short the flight is going to be. Anyways, went back to my sister, and it was nice. When I went back to my sister, we went different places. We went to movies. Every day we go on the road and just do something. And then we went to Boston for a day for like about 6 hours. That was amazing. When it's amazing, it was amazing. We did this Boston 365 tour where we went up in this building, in this mall, and we go in this building, and they got to see a whole 365 view of Boston, the city of Boston, which is in the state of Massachusetts. Hopefully, I'm saying that correctly. We did that. What else did we do in Boston? We went, we had something to eat. Oh, right in there, we dined at a restaurant, Skyview. It was nice. We very good customer service. We went, where else did we go? We went to an aquarium. I didn't really enjoy that, like the water, it had a rank. So I didn't really enjoy that aquarium part, but my sister liked it. And then what else? I felt like we did one more thing in Boston. What else did we do in Boston? Skyview. Oh, we went to, no, we wanted to go to the, I think it was the ice cream museum, but they were closed that day. And then something else, was it in Boston? We went to the museum. I'm trying to figure it out. Um, I'm sitting here making this video, and if you see how somebody in my yard, how it is, people cars like to come and park. Anyways, where they're not supposed to. Anyway, something else we did in Boston that is not coming to me, but it was fun. I'm trying to think if it was. Oh, we went to Harvard University. How could I forget? And we did a tour. Let me tell you, that was nice. It was really nice being there. Like, that was just another example for me of life where literally you can have a goal and it may take you a while, but like you can actually achieve anything you put your mind to, right? It just might take some things take a little longer. So we went to Harvard and then we went to this museum. I'm trying to think if this Museum of Illusion was in Philly or if it was in Boston. I want to say Boston, but I could be lying. I can't remember. Anyways, the 6 hours though, it was amazing. Um, we saw a lot of white people, obviously, but Boston was amazing. Then we also went to Philly for a weekend. Um, and that was really nice. We did a lot of things in Philly. And one of the days we were there, Sunday, it was, they had a game playing at the big stadium. They won that day. So we went to like the Skype, no, the pier or something like that they call it. We did the City Hall tour. We did, what else did we do? We went to the Love Sign. Um, we got, what is the name? The cheese. We did a lot of things in Philly. We did a lot of things in Philly, and Philly was, we even got to see the portal thing where you could stand here, you see people in the next country. Philly was amazing. Philly was amazing. I did some touring in Hartford. It was really, really amazing. Like, I can't complain to you all. I had a great time. But if you were to ask me which period or season from my vacation was the best part, I'm going to have to say Georgia. And here why I'm going to say Georgia. Here why I'm going to say Georgia. Where I was in Georgia was a very quiet, and I got to visit obviously Atlanta, right? The city area. But where I was staying was very quiet. And at this stage of my life, I crave a certain level of peace and quiet. So it was a very quiet neighborhood, very suburban. Um, I had a nice view. Like, I used to go in the backyard, sit on the patio. I used to read books, just sit and while listen to like it was just different. And the thing with George is that they're big on housing. So like they have a lot of beautiful houses that I would say are very much affordable. Like I saw houses from 200,000, houses 300,000, 4 or 5. They have the million. So like I think they have affordable housing. And can I see myself living there? Definitely. It was really beautiful and serene, and I felt very welcome, which is something I'm always particular with in any environment I go. I like to feel welcome, and I felt very much welcome. Not that I didn't feel welcome in the other place I went, I did, but just that Georgia was different. And the two, because it was my first time going there too, that was even more special. So Georgia was the best part of my vacation. I'm being honest with you all. In the last video I talked about peace and serenity and clarity. And you know what I'll say to you all? I came back home with a stronger sense of self and a deeper conviction in that I'm moving in my authenticity. I'm the decisions I've made, I'm standing on them. Whether people agree or disagree, because that has nothing to do with me. And I'm being a bit more vocal about the things I need to be vocal with. You understand? I am valuing my privacy more and who I give access to me. And that's something I want to encourage anyone watching this video. Be very mindful of how much of yourself you share with people. Not everyone deserves access to you. And I had to learn that. Not everyone deserves access to you, and that's okay. And it's okay to have certain relationships with people dissolved and value and cherish the good that was and understand where I'm at right now. We're no longer in the same place. So I value what was, but it's not what is right now. And I'm gonna keep moving in that. Um I am days away from my birthday. Today's the 15th of October. My birthday is in 15 days. So I'm very much excited for that. I'm turning 27 years old. I always shock myself when I say my age because I am very young, but I feel like I've lived a lot of lives in terms of I've had a lot of rich experiences. Um, but I'm very proud of myself and all God has allowed me to have because I understand is what God has allowed me to have. So I am moving in that. As I enter chapter 27, it's my new year. I'm calling it my new year, my new season. I feel like God has given me words for that year. I'm not going to share them yet because I want to soak in the words that He's given to me for my next chapter. And then I am almost a month away from my contract, the end of my contract, my teaching contract. I want to say teaching contract is different in that with my teaching contract, it's not like you said when the contract finished, there's the end of the job. I can still keep working. But now that I have freedom, when it comes to travel, I'm going to get them to get a letter saying I'm no longer indebted to the country. I'm going to have another stamp to say I'm no longer indebted to the country, my passport. So I'm going to be free to travel how I want without any restrictions. Like, because every time I travel, they ask, where's your letter? Where's your letter? I'm going to be free to, if I want to actually leave teaching and go into something next, which is something I'm heavily thinking about. More updates on that. You know, I'm a person, I don't talk about the things I'm doing while I'm doing them, or so I might hint, but when it's done, I will talk about it. And that is because I do believe in monitoring spirits, and I do believe that there are people who, when they hear where you're at, what you're doing, and your goals, they spew negativity, and they're actually people who would pray against you getting certain things. So I don't play about that, but just note that a change is coming. I have to be honest with myself. I need more to claim and lay hold more of my independence for me. So I am moving in that direction. You know, I didn't go to therapy last month. I'd ask me why, I don't know. But I will make up for it though. I am going my session. I'm gonna have a session on Saturday, and then I'm gonna have one after my birthday. I'm gonna have one like 2 weeks after my birthday, but I'm gonna make it up because the goal is to have at least once per month. So I'm gonna make up to have my therapy sessions covered. But I'm back in Guyana. I am back into my schedule of work and the ministry. Um, and some days are harder than some because I can be a bit impatient, wanting things to happen as quickly as I want them to. But every time I feel overwhelmed or impatient, I call on God and I would say, give me strength. But overall, I am good. If you look at me, I'm good. You know, you might eat down a storm of vacation. So now I'm back home. I'm being more demure in my eating. I'm drinking more water and less sweet. Because I love a sweet thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I love a sweet thing. But I'm lessening that. I'm lessening my food intake. I'm doing my intermittent. Obviously, some days are easy. Some days are hard. But I am working on myself. And that's all I could keep doing. Every day I get up to keep trying, and that's what it is. So this is what I wanted to share with you in the life of Jared. I don't know what I'm going to name this video. I just want to put in the life of Jared. I'm back in GT, and it is what it is. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with somebody. Until the next update, I'm going to make no promises until the next update.